Okay, so I was going to do an interview or review of the new BTE2, which is a wireless earbud, Bluetooth. The 2 version, there's a 1. The 1 is just regular Bluetooth, and then this one has noise canceling. So, but they were giving these away at Knowledge Fest as a promotional item, but I got to charge them. Oh, it looks like it's already charged. Huh. All right, well, we'll do that after this one. So this is for the Recoil new Echo Series MS275. These, I think that these should actually be with the new Echo, either Echo Max or Echo Pro, because they're kind of too fancy for the Echo Series, if you ask me. So these are laser cut grills, and these are what's called wideband speakers. And what I really like about them, so these are going to the infamous Curtis Navarro, who is using them in a, is it Nissan? I think it's a Nissan Pathfinder, but it's like an older one. And there's like spots in the back for 3.5-inch drivers, but there's like no room. So that's what these are really good for. So that, or no, yeah, you use them on the dash. And those take a mini micro speaker. And I think you can pull the little panel out that holds the speaker in there. And these have the threaded ring that you just drop it in, put the ring on the back, and then tighten it up, and that's secure to the panel. So, and these are wideband. They come with the crossovers. The crossovers are 56 microfarad, which should be high enough. That would do a 400 hertz slope at 6 dB or so. Maybe this would help for you guys. It's a 70 millimeter mid-range driver. It says it takes 25 watts RMS, and it's good from about 2.25 to 20K. It says the cone is glass fiber, not fiberglass. See, fiberglass sounds cheap, glass fiber sounds fancy. So yeah, right about 400 hertz is where you should cross them up at. Remember, for mids and tweeters, you want to be about 1 octave above the FS. So I imagine the FS on these is right around 225, which is most speaker manufacturers. Let's see if we can get zoom in on that. Focus. I won't focus. It's okay. So is that it? That is it. That is everything. So I got a receiver here so we can hear them. It was so funny. I watched, who did I watch? I think it was the DIY audio guy. And, he said it, and then I watched another video, that review from Big D, basically saying the same thing, which is that, they made the argument that there's no reason to play these on the video because, okay, so there's a lot of loss, right, as far as band in this microphone. This microphone is not a great microphone. It's good enough, but it's not a great microphone. And so then it goes through video compression, which one of the first things they sacrifice is sound. And then it gets distributed on YouTube, and then depending on the quality of your shitty phone speaker or even your shitty computer speakers, it's not going to sound the way that it should. So that's what they're arguing, and they're right to argue that, because but there's people that go, I still want to hear, like, as if it doesn't work, as if they went through all this effort. So I did that with somebody else the other day. They were complaining about what was it? I think it was like CD players or something like that, and digital media. And I had told them, I was like, you got to understand that Sony dominated and still dominates the CD player market. Like anything with a CD player, that format, they've made so many chips, it's ridiculous, and they've made them so cheap they've completely dominated the market. So there's that old Tom Hanks SNL skit where he's you know, some Arabian dude trying to sell electronics, and he's like, Sony guts, Sony guts, Sony guts. which by the way is Robert Smigel's bit. He wrote that for SNL, and he does a little bit of that in the Zohan, which is great. He's like, it comes with HBO for only 30 days or something. So let's hook them up and listen to them. I am using a Onkyo surround sound receiver. Okay, just before we start, this is I'm actually going to play you a song from Odessa, but there was this album that I found in the catalog. I like John Hopkins. I like the Universe one, Private Universe, and then a bunch of other records that he made. This is a compilation album that he put together of other people's songs, and there's a song on here by Fortet. And there's a bunch of them. Alila Diane, Lady Divine, that one is fucking awesome. But here it is, Fortet, Gili Ama, I Love You. And it's beautiful, and it got me through a lot of hard times in prison. And unfortunately, Global, what was it? I forget the Geo Global, whatever. That's, again, it's a dumb name. Geo Prisons lies to you and says, oh, yeah, remember that $850 that you spent on songs? Yeah, you can. It's here for waiting for you when you come back. They also say that you can download it, and that's a lie. So, but there's a song that reminds me. The Fortet song is what I like. It's a little. It's probably not. It's not for everybody, but it helped me. It's kind of melancholy and strange, but I liked it, and there's a little bit of the girls' voices in the Odessa song that I like here in the beginning, so you can hear this. So it's a great song. I recommend it. I'll put a link to it in the description. But yeah, these are great wideband drivers. Again, there's no mystery to wideband drivers. They've been really popular lately. I've seen them as expensive as $350, $500. They don't need to be that expensive. The MAP on these is $100. But of course, if you text me direct with your name and your shipping address, and I add you to my phone, I can get you a discount, okay? But I'm not allowed to advertise it because that's the MAP, which is minimum advertised price. All right, so these are great drivers for limited bandwidth, meaning for mids and highs from about 400 hertz and up, which is about what you should do the PA drivers for, which is 400 hertz and up. Those tend to roll off a little high, about 5, 6, even 8K, maybe 10K. And so then you can use a tiny tweeter or a bullet tweeter, super tweeter with those. Those are fine. But again, you want to cross these up about 400 hertz. If you do a steeper slope at 400 hertz, you get a faster roll off. And so then you can actually push them a little harder. Again, the higher the frequency and the steeper the slope, the more intense you can push the driver because its bandwidth, its passband is very limited. And so that it allows it to do a smaller job rather than a bigger job. So these actually sounded great as full range regular speakers. But like I said, MAP is $100, which I think is still really cheap compared to some of the other brands out there that sell them for typically right around $200. And then they put them on sale for like $180 or $179 or $169 or something like that. Don't do that. Just go to Recoil and get them the first time and the last time. One little thing I wish was that if this was a generic grill, and I love this grill too, by the way. This is laser done. They have other mesh ones that are even finer, which are just amazing. They do it with the CNC, but that's just a sticker on the back. And if I could take that sticker off and it didn't say Recoil, I would resell these for more. So that's what they're great for resale. So, and then they just put their own heat shrink on the cap, which again for 100 volt is fine. When you get into the high voltage caps or Mylar caps, you don't really need that. So, but I'll do the headphone things should be charged, and so I'll do the review on the headphones as too. I want to try them out. Thanks, guys. I love you. What was it? One last thing. Oh yeah, GONZO Jr. Get in on the GONZO Jr. Pre-sale. We're probably gonna. There's a couple of big buyers that want to come in and start their own brands. If you ever wanted to start your own brand, now's the time to do it. So I recommend getting 2 drivers for your system, so that way you have something to demo, and then you have 2 drivers to sell. And again, if you're buying, like let's say the 12s, the 12 inch is the most popular, and you're buying those for $375 each, shipped. And again, we do blind shipping. So if you can resell them under your brand or something that you make up or whatever for $650, even $800, and they outperform JL, then that's free money for you. So like, let's say you're in Sheri, Ohio, filled with trained chemicals, and you have a good friend that lives in Hillbilly, Arkansas. I can ship to Arkansas with your return address on the package. See how that works? So you say, look, normally these are $1,000, but I'll give them to you for $625 because you're my bro. We'll sponsor you. And then, of course, your cost was only $375. Now, if that spiel sounds pretty sleazy to you, that's every shop that you've ever gone to, okay? And that is the typical spiel. The only other way to get them cheaper is to order them directly from China. And you got to order at least 100 at a time. So it's a little chunk of cash. But if you want to start your own brand, I can help you do that too. Anyways, love you guys. I'll talk to you later.